We arrive in Hong Kong after a long 16-hour flight. The following pictures were taken outside our hotel window.
It seems that they don't ever remodel buildings, just use them until they're dilapidated, then tear them down and build new ones. All over Hong Kong, there was a mixture of buildings in various stages of disrepair.
Hong Kong has lots of double-decker buses, just like London. So we're off to see the sights with Colleen.
Here is the entrance to Colleen's high-rise apartment building. And here's her one-bedroom apartment she shares with someone else. Her actual bedroom is closet size, and no one in Hong Kong has clothes dryers.
We stopped for lunch at McDonald's. Half of the food is the usual McDonald's fare, and the other half is Asian noodle dishes.
We visit Colleen's workplace on Saturday. They work a 5-day week and a half-day on Saturday. About 20 people were working and talking on the phone, all out in the open without any cubicles in a relatively small room.
The view from Colleen's desk was of amazing architecture everywhere. Colleen said they put the loud American in the corner nook.
Hong Kong was such a bustling city, a mix of Asian and Western influences around every corner.
Here we are on the world's longest escalator. It is a mile long.
This is where Colleen stayed when she first came to Hong Kong as an English tutor for young Hong Kong children, a very nice place by Hong Kong standards.
The American consulate, high security. Photos are prohibited.
To get to Victoria Peak, you ride the Peak Tram, constructed in 1888, which slowly climbs the 1,811-foot-high peak.
The view from the top is spectacular, as you can see in this photo. Unfortunately, due to heavy fog, we were unable to see anything.
The Peak Tower building is new and very high-tech.
A group of second graders were practicing their English and stopped to ask us questions such as, "What is your favorite food?" My answer was pizza.
This is the tallest building in Hong Kong, lost in the clouds.
We take a ride on the Star Ferry between the New Territories and Hong Kong Island. The Star Ferry has been operating since 1898 in a very busy harbor.
We can't miss a visit to the Hong Kong Hard Rock Cafe.
We visit the Hong Kong Park, where a soon-to-be-open exhibit will kick off the Beijing 2008 Olympics. A stop at the Central Market, where locals do their food shopping.
We visit the Man Mo Temple, a tiny crumbling temple representing an eclectic mix of two religions. Incense coils hung from the ceiling evoke a spiritual mood, and you can make an incense offering.
The tree roots growing down the side of this rock wall were just too interesting not to photograph.
The MTR was an amazing train system. The trains have a daily ridership of about 3.8 million, yes, million people per day on almost mile-long trains. So fast, so high-tech, so efficient. We felt so tall, though. Shopping seems to be a primary pastime, and the malls are incredible and all built over MTR stations.
We head out for a night on the town with Colleen and her friends, first stopping at a Thai restaurant for dinner.
This was the only homeless person we saw. Colleen said to just ignore him. It was a scam.
We visit a nightclub filled with sailors from the aircraft carrier USS Ronald Reagan.
Early the next morning, we board a hydrofoil for a trip to Macau on mainland China.
Macau is the Las Vegas of China, only much, much bigger, and there was construction going on everywhere. Macau takes in 6 times as much money as the Las Vegas Strip does.
We then visited St. Dominic's Square, part of the historic center of Macau. Macau was Portugal's last colony, and some of the Portuguese architecture remains.
The beautiful St. Dominic's Church was built in 1587 by 3 Spanish Dominican priests.
We then visited the ruins of the 17th century St. Paul's Cathedral. Only the front facade remains. Here are the crypts of the Jesuits who established and maintained the cathedral. The old fortress dominates the skyline, complete with cannons and other fortress necessities. It was built by the Jesuits in the 1600s and successfully held off an attempted invasion by the Dutch in 1622.
It's hard keeping up with the 20-somethings, but we did.
Notice the video screens embedded in this staircase. This poster was in all the MTR stations.
Today we rode the gondola up to see the Buddha. It is cold and wet. Colleen's got a cold, and I'm sure the weather is not helping.
The TIAN Buddha is Asia's largest seated outdoor Buddha. This 112-foot tall, 250-ton bronze statue sits atop a mountain on LANTAU Island.
Underneath the statue is a museum which contains paintings depicting Buddha's life.
We head back down the 268 steps we had climbed to reach the statue.
Note the high center arch is reserved only for Buddha to pass through.
We then visited the temple at the base of the Buddha.
Back in Hong Kong, we are amazed at the use of bamboo scaffolding in constructing modern buildings.
Our next destination is the Museum of History, which provides an account of the lives of the people who have inhabited Hong Kong over the centuries.
Sunday night, we stand out in the cold, looking out over Victoria Harbour to view the Symphony of Lights.
The 18-minute performance is spectacular, with choreographed laser lights and music filling the harbor.
We visit Hong Kong's Times Square, a high-tech, brightly lit mall. We had a relaxing dinner at Tony Roma's.
On our last day in Hong Kong, we take a bus to Stanley Market. Note the contrast between the sail border and the old junk.
And whatever you do, Colleen said, don't photograph the police.
We saw some beautiful coastline on our bus trip to and from Stanley Market, but the air never felt fresh, too much pollution from mainland China.
A Hong Kong cemetery. Land is at a premium.
Before heading home, we strolled through one of Hong Kong's famous markets.